Hey Aquarius, I am your astrologer Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your monthly forecast for the month of October 2017. Now, what we've got going on for you this month, Aquarius, is a lot of focus right here for you where Mars and Venus is in your 8th house of changes. Endings and beginnings too, and deep intimate partnerships with other people going on. And I think there's a lot of focus for you on making some changes in your life, ending or beginning something so that you can live a life that resonates more truly with your heart and who you are in some way. Maybe also entering into some kind of deep intimate relationship. Doesn't have to be sexual, can just be where you share resources and money and finances or something along those lines with somebody too, to really just help you kind of live more of the life that it is that you want. Okay, I think that is just a big focus there, really trying to make some of those things happen. Okay, as it's going on, there could be some confusion over here about money, about your resources, about your gifts and talents in some way, what it is you have to offer the world or other people. Could also be just some confusion about stability, how you can be stable in your life while you're going about making some big changes going on, because we do have Mars and Venus here making an opposition with Neptune, which is in your 2nd there. Maybe just a little uncertain of how your money and your resources and your gifts and talents are going to fall into place. Okay, and I think what you're trying to figure out is how to overcome some of the confusion here about your money and about your resources so that you can make some changes you need to make in life in a really detailed and disciplined way, especially when it comes to your job or your daily routines, and really begin to move forward on some of those things. Okay, now that's not new. We've been dealing with that a little bit in September and of course into October right now as we move forward. Still going to be a little bit of a thing coming in here. All right, as you're thinking about some big changes that you want to make in life or that are coming, I think you're also thinking right here in your 12th house about your insides. I think you're just trying to, my pen will write. I think you're just trying to make some changes here that really resonate with who you are on the inside, can make you feel more comfortable, can help you overcome some things from the past that maybe you felt like have been holding you back, so that you really can step into this new life moving forward here with Mars and Venus in your 8th and a trine over here with Pluto in your 12th. Okay, maybe what you want is changing, who you are on the inside is changing. Maybe you're trying to end one way of life so that you can step into something new, and I think you're just trying to figure out how exactly it is that you can make the changes you need to make in life to be more comfortable and more at peace with who you are. All right, because this is Pluto, because this is Mars, could be a little bit jarring at first. Maybe it could be intense, some fears coming up about some changes you need to make in life, or some deep partnerships that you need to get in. That could be a little bit intimidating in some ways, but I think you're gonna be fine if you just keep moving forward. Okay, I think what's going on with some of these changes that you're making and inside is you're really trying to, let's see, commit to some new goals in life about where your life is going. I'm gonna write goals here because we do have Saturn in your 11th house of goals, also in a square to your 8th house of changes. So while you're trying to redirect your life in a way that just makes you feel more comfortable, I think you're also trying to think about where your life is going, the life you want to create, how you can just feel better in your life, be more comfortable, perhaps associate with the right groups of people too, as you're doing some of these things, to just really step into a new life and be more comfortable being who it is that you really are. Okay, that to me is the message. While you're thinking about a lot of that stuff going on, you also do have to focus on the moon, where that is right here, which is going to be in your 3rd house of talk and of communication. All right, because we do have the moon here in your 3rd house, which is going to be opposite the sun in your 9th house of something new. All right, this is called a full moon because we do have the moon here in an exact opposition with the sun. And I think what's going on is, as you're trying to make changes to redirect your life, to reach some big goals and dreams of yours, and to feel more comfortable and to have the life that it is you really want, maybe there's been a lot of communication that you've been doing about your life, about where your life is going, a lot of thinking too in the mind about where your life is going and what you want. And I think you're having to stop thinking so much about what's going on, stop talking so much about some of these changes that you're making, thinking here and to just step into them and live them and do something new and exciting in some way, could also be having to give up something familiar. Maybe your life has been so familiar for a while, the past few months to a year, doing something day in and day out that's comfortable, but maybe also having to let go of something that's comfortable so you can step into something new when the new moon comes on October 19th. Later this month, okay? I think that's a big thing that you're trying to do here, really trying to do something new so that you can reach more goals, make some changes in your life to be more comfortable with yourself here, okay? As you start to do this new thing though, there could be, let's see, some things that come up internally here with the new moon and the sun there making a square over to Pluto. I think you are gonna have to learn once you step into this new thing how to get comfortable doing it. Maybe you're gonna feel a little uncomfortable doing something new. It's gonna feel a little bit out of place, maybe having to rework your insides a little bit for you to get on board doing something exciting and different that it is that you haven't done before, travel, study, something along those lines. But I think really allowing yourself to step into this new thing is gonna start to open more chapters for you to reach some of your goals, to move towards your future, to feel more comfortable in your life, and to associate with new groups of people who hopefully better understand you, okay? So I think that is what is going on there as we move forward, all right? I'm gonna erase this now and then show you something else, because I really think that this month has two parts, two distinct parts. We've got the beginning of the month, or rather the beginning 2/3 of the month, and then we've got the end of it. And the end to me looks really, really nice and much, much better. It's just a matter of pushing through some of the hard and uncomfortable stuff that may be going on at the beginning of the month to really get to the time when things start to open up and feel much better, okay? And they start opening up, I wanna say, right around the new moon on October 19th, when you do have that sextile coming into Saturn there, allowing you to move forward on some of your goals. But I think the big thing to me is going to be right here when we've got Jupiter moving in and Mercury eventually, which will move in there into your 10th house of career. All right, that's great news, because what that means is the next year you're gonna have expansion in your career, new things doing in your career, being able to improve your reputation, your social standing, move up in the world, have a life direction that you feel like is better for you and gives you just a better reputation in some way, okay, with Jupiter moving through that spot. All right, this only happens once every 12 years. This just happens to be the year for you. It's also going to have a lot to do with what happened in 2012, because that was when Saturn was also in this spot. And I think what is going on here is that you're really trying to get your career in order, move up in your career, figure things out, and just have a life direction that is better for you, or at least better than it has been in the past. And I think you'll be able to do that coming in here for the next year with Jupiter. I think the big thing though, of course, as you're trying to make some changes in life, to do this new thing and focus on your career, once you start to do that, and once you start to allow yourself and these new chapters start to come in, I think it's going to be a lot easier for you to make sense of your money situation here, your income, how you can use your gifts and talents and find more stability in your life in some way with Mercury and Jupiter, which will be in your 10th house of career, making a trine over here to Neptune in your 2nd house. So maybe it was confusing a little bit earlier in the month. I think by the end of the month that's going to get a lot clearer, and then I think it's also going to help you to over here with the North Node to really begin to work better with other people and have some of the partnerships and some of the relationships that you want to sign, some contracts, make some commitments, something along those lines that are really starting to come in. But I think you need to focus on your career. You need to figure out how you can expand your career and get the most out of it, and that's going to really help you to figure out your money issues and the things going on here with other people that's going on. Another thing that's also going to begin to open up is that you're just going to start to feel more comfortable too about your life with Jupiter and Mercury here, also in a sextile with Pluto in your insides going on here, really helping you to feel more comfortable with what is going on in your life if it hasn't felt that good recently, okay? So that's what I see going on for you. New dreams, new goals, trying to change your life here so you can almost give birth to a new person, move your life in a new direction that you feel like is better for you and going to give you a better reputation. And I think it's possible this month for that to really happen and for that to really begin to be the big thing that comes in for you in the next year. It's just sticking with things even if they feel uncomfortable until that big breakthrough comes towards the end of the month when you can step into all these changes and start to feel more comfortable about life and money and people. Okay, now your card for the month is the Queen of Swords. Upright. I like the Queen of Swords. She to me speaks with wisdom and understanding, but understanding that comes from hard-learned truths. You know, she's been through a lot and she has a lot of advice to offer, and I think that this month is a month to move forward and to do it based on knowledge and on wisdom and on what you know before and what you've done that has or has not worked, and to do it in that way may also be a time when people kind of look up to you too as someone who can give them advice, who's been around the railroad a few times and knows his or her stuff. So I think that's a good thing too. May also want to be aware, I don't think it'll be a problem this month, but if you're not feeling that way, maybe just be aware of negative self-talk and feeling like life is always going to be a bad way. I think life is picking up for you. I think life is going to be good. If you don't feel like it is, I think maybe you need to wait until the end of the month and push through it. And also just make sure that you adjust your perspective and that you're learning from everything that's happened to you in the past and not seeing it as something that's holding you back or holding you down if there's something that has happened in the past that was uncomfortable for you or hard or that you didn't like. Because I do think this month is actually going to be pretty good for you by the end of it. Okay, so that's all I have for you this month. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.